Yeah, yeah, yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, foot and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, foot and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
And welcome back to another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Rod. Before we get rolling with our guest tonight, going to give a quick shout out to a few sponsors, starting off with Mulligan Wear. Make sure you guys go check out Mulligan Wear _ on Instagram. Click the link in the bio, take you right to his site where you can find some dope hats, hoodies, polos. He's got some special deals going on right now with the holidays, so make sure you guys go check him out. Mulligan Wear _ on Instagram. Use promo code PUFF10 to save yourself 10%. If you're looking for a one-item purchase, but I'm pretty sure my man John over there's got some great deals going. Mulligan Wear _ on Instagram. Click the link in the bio, take you right to the site. Puff10 will save you 10% at checkout. Also, we got Athletic, ATHLETHC.com, the 2 milligram microdose THC mints. Go get your hands on those. Highly recommend the variety pack where you can find the power, flow, and rebound. Find the one that best suits your needs and take it from there. Use promo code PUFF at Athletic, ATHLETHC.com. Also, we got the Puff Pack. Go check out the Puff Pack. The 2-joint, puffpack.co. You hold 2 joints in a lighter. Can't get any better than that. Perfect for the golf course. Perfect for everyday use. Concerts, on the go, you name it. Got to have the Puff Pack as always. So go check them out, puffpack.co. Use promo code PUFF20 to save yourself 20% at checkout. And last but not least, my guys over at Back9 Botanicals. Make sure you guys go check out back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10 to find the best CBD gummies in the game. They got the Birdie Boost, the Tea Time Sunrise, the Moonlight Mulligan. They also have the THC Shooters and the Muscle and Joint Rub Stick, as well as some merch over at back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Tonight we're going to be joined by homegirl Tianna from the Sesh. She does a little bit of everything now, but we're going to dive into what she's got coming up for New Year's Eve. And back here on the Pitch, Putt, and Puff, joining me tonight is homegirl Tianna. Tianna does a little bit of everything in the industry, from bud tending to working with some different brands, and also taking things to the nightlife with her New Year's Eve event coming up. But Tianna, I really appreciate you taking the time. I had a chance to meet you when you were bud tending when I was doing a helium run. Appreciate you coming on, and why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thanks, Roger. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here and just elevating in this industry. I started out probably smoking around like 13, 14, always knowing I wanted to own my own business, but found that I would find a career in cannabis as things became legal about like 10, 15 years ago with the decriminalization and all of that. I started back in 2014 doing a cannabis blog called The Higher Content, and I did a lot of cannabis news. I did product reviews. I did a lot of media coverage for different events across the country. I've done a lot of partnering with other brands and just networking in the industry prior to things becoming legal out here. And then I took a little hiatus. Things weren't really monetizing on the blogging end for me, so I decided to try and get into a career, I guess a corporate career, and it really just wasn't working for me. I just was not happy in whatever position I was in, retail, HR, really didn't matter. If it wasn't relative to cannabis, it just wasn't for me. So, within the last year, I've gotten back into the industry. I've been bud tending and now stepping into the brand ambassador lifestyle with multiple cannabis brands and stepping my foot back into entrepreneurship by starting my own event coordinating and curating company called the Sesh.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I think this is what this area needs. When I had your friend Manny on the pod a few months back, we talked about that where there's not a lot of events in the 518. There's not a lot of, you can go to the city and there's something going on every other weekend. You can, Jersey, Long Island, there's always something going on. Up here, there's nothing going on. There's
And it's
never
so
anything going
sad.
on. It's
So
sad.
sad for adults because there's a lot of people who are into the drugs and the alcohol lifestyle. And I feel like that's because there's just nothing else for us to do. And when I think
Yep.
about people who smoke, we just need a place to feel comfortable and hang out, not
Hmm.
around the mixy drunks and all the massive crowds. We just want to kick back.
Right, right. That's exactly where it is. And I think you transitioning to the brand ambassador route really fits for me in the short time I've known you. It really fits you and your character. Like you're very personable, like and stuff like that. So I think like that is definitely a route for you to take. Like obviously you got your foot in the door with the bud tending and stuff like that. So you kind of learn the process and how New York's going to do things. And now you see how the game works. So you took all the knowledge you have plus your personality, and I think you're going to continue to strive in that atmosphere in that area of the game.
Thank you. I feel like I had to humble myself a little bit to step back into bud tending. I feel like that's like bottom of the totem pole. No shade, but at the end of the day, I was a business owner, being a blog owner, and I was doing my own thing. And I had to humble myself to kind of get back into it. But just getting
Mm-hmm.
that recognizing in the industry where people are actually doing things is it means a lot to me. So I'm glad that I took that step to start bud tending and now I'm stepping into brand ambassadorship. Climbing the ladder is a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And so we've been working with some cool brands. I don't know if you want to talk about those at all, but if not, definitely some popular brands. At any dispensary, you've seen the names. So you've been definitely doing some cool stuff with that. But with the sesh, I'm really interested in what your plans are with the sesh. Obviously, you have the New Year's Eve coming up. Now, is this going to be more than one event, or is the sesh just like the New Year's Eve? That's the sesh, or is the sesh going to be like that's your brand, and that's what you're going to continue to have?
That is my brand. I'm starting a
Okay.
whole business. It's going to be event coordinating and curating. I'm really focusing on the cannabis lifestyle. So I want to just pop up in different places where people can get together and smoke. For New Year's Eve, I felt like it was a perfect start. It's a reason for people to want to get together. And a lot of times people don't really want to leave the house, but they still want to do something.
Yep.
So I want to provide a space for that.
And that's a tough thing too, especially like around here. Like a lot of businesses aren't going to allow it. Like the Halloween event, like was cool, but we still had to go outside. You know what I mean? Like we were still out there. It's still cold in October. It's obviously going to be cold in January in upstate New York. Like it's cold. We don't want to go outside. Like that's why when it's nice out, we're outside like you got to drag us in the house.
Right.
Um, but there's not a lot of places that are there. There are, but with OCM regulations and stuff like that, they can't do it. So
Exactly.
it's tough. It's a tough for us in upstate New York. Like so I have an event coming up as well, January 17th, a little indoor golf event. Carrie, who you hooked me up with from Heirloom, thank you very
Yes.
much. Um, she's going to be Heirloom's going to be sponsoring the event up at PSG. So it's an indoor golf place, but it's going to be similar to Halloween where we're just kicking it, vibing. There's a lot of people who never swung a golf club. Come out, take a puff, have a couple Heirloom drinks, and try to hit the ball as far as you can. It's just for
I
fun, something to do. And I might have to use I might need some help with that, but definitely in this summer. Okay, so I'm already going to hire you. Got your first client right here. So for
yes,
this
so
summer,
excited.
I'm doing a golf tournament at Freer Park right up the road in Troy. I just got to lock in the date, but I'm definitely going to need some assistance with marketing and all that. So we'll
I'm
definitely
in
talk.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
you were
we'll
mentioning
talk.
this earlier. I'm super excited about that. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm trying. That's the thing. Like I after Halloween, it really kind of motivated me to let's try something. Let's try to step outside the box a little bit. Because like honestly, if you knew me 6, 7 years ago, I was never going to be the guy who was doing a podcast. I was never the guy that was going to be publicly talking about cannabis. And then it got to a point where I just didn't give a shit no more. I was like, I'm gonna be me. This is who I am. It's legal now. I'm not breaking any rules. It's no different than going to the bar and having a couple drinks. It's the same thing. It is absolutely the same thing. And you're actually more under, 6, 7 beers, you're off your rocker. You smoke a joint, you're chilling. What are you gonna? The worst thing you're gonna do is fall asleep on the couch with a bag, your hand in a bag of chips.
You gotta love it. And
Hmm.
I feel like I got that rebelness maybe about like 10 to 12 years ago when I was just like, fuck it, I smoke. And I smoke everywhere I go without a care. Not disrespectfully, but
Nope.
I'm gonna be high. And if this is my life, I'm sure there's other people out here that live like that too. And I just wanna find my people.
Hmm. And I think you coming up here, they said you were from Jersey, Long Island area originally, but I think you're starting to find your people up here. Just the way I see you moving on the social media and stuff like that, I see you navigating the cannabis industry in the 518, and you're doing your thing. You are definitely doing your thing. I see it, and you're making the right moves and getting involved with the right people. And
Thank you, Roger. I
but
appreciate that.
it's you putting the work in too. It's you're putting the work in. Like people sit there and expect it to come to them. You're out there, boots on the ground, making things happen, and that's what you got to continue to do. And I think the sesh is going to be your avenue to really blow things up.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been an idea in the back of my head for quite some time, but I felt like it just wasn't the right time to put it into motion. This bud tending and brand ambassador position that I've put myself in has really helped with the networking
Yep.
and the connections that I've made in order to put the sesh together. So I feel like everything is aligning in perfect timing. I'm trying to be patient, I'm trying to listen to all the signs, and I
Hmm.
want to do everything right and please the community ultimately.
Nice. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about what people can expect and where they can get tickets and all that kind of thing for the New Year's Eve event?
Awesome. So the New Year's Eve event is going to be on New Year's Eve, December 31st. I believe that's a Wednesday. So we're 2 weeks out at this point. Tickets are available on the seshevents.com. They're $25 at the moment. However, prices are going to go up because the goodie bags that you'll be getting with the tickets are very worth it.
Yep.
So $25 for one person, $40 for two people right now. You save a couple bucks that way, and you might want to get your tickets before the prices go up. When it comes to the actual event, you come in, bring your own cannabis. You'll be gifted some things that you can use at the event as well. And we're just going to be smoking, hanging out. You're able to bring your own bottle if you choose to partake. We just ask that you indulge responsibly
Hmm.
and just come enjoy the vibes. The goal is around 11:59. We all inhale from one of our joints, and at 12 o'clock, we blow a big cloud into the sky and welcome in 2026.
Yep. Fresh start. Fresh start. And that's awesome. I mean, there's not a place you're going to be able to go on New Year's Eve for if you're going as a couple for $40 at the door. You're not like it's not happening. And if you're going to the bar, you're spending two, three, 400, depending. You know what I mean? You're going to go nuts. You're going to be there a while. Like it's
Yeah.
New Year's Eve. Like that's what happens where you can go kick it, low key vibe, just chill. Like not the pressure of the alcohol, not the 22-year-old, 23-year-old kids spilling beer on you and all that shit. Like I'm 42. I don't need that. I'm not trying to go in that atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like not for
Yep.
me. Even
I
20
agree.
years ago, it wasn't for me because I was like the guy they had to drag out of the couch. Come on, bro. We're going to the bar. We're going to the club. Really, man? Like I'm playing Madden, bro. Like I'm chilling. You know what I
I
mean? That
was
was
always the one who doesn't like people in their space. So too many
mhm.
people around me is just, I don't like that.
Nah.
I just want to hang out. I don't want people crowded around me. I want good energy, no fights, no angry alcohol tempers. Like,
Yeah,
let's just hang out.
that's it. That is it. So since you moved up here, what are some of the things you've found different in the cannabis industry up here opposed to Jersey and Long Island?
So, when it comes to difference, I feel like I'm discovering because there wasn't much of an industry when I was doing higher content. It was very in the prehistoric ages, if you want to call it that, because it was decriminalization time. Things just became legal like overnight. So it was like really figuring things out. And then came my hiatus prior just shortly to COVID. So
Okay.
I feel like now I'm discovering the industry and how it has evolved since I left it. And it's interesting.
Hmm.
There's rules and regulations that don't make sense. There's things that you just feel like if it's legal, why can't I do this?
Right.
And certainly we're not unfamiliar with this, where we just have to be kind of underground and secretive with things. But I thought with legalization, things would be just a little bit easier.
Hmm.
So it's figuring out how to navigate,
Yeah.
honestly.
Hmm. It's so true because like even with me with the golf tournament, I have the helium guys, and my man Lucas has all the info on the technical stuff. He knows the game inside and out. So I'm like, all right, how can I have a golf tournament? What do I need to have it to where I can have this brand on this hole, and then a couple holes later we have a different one, and boom, 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 spread out throughout the course and throughout the 18 holes. And it's I got to jump through fucking hula hoops to get it done. It's crazy, but like to have them like I want to set up a menu where people can purchase there. Well, I'd have to have them pre-order, get it delivered there in the morning. They can bring a certain amount extra. Like there's so many little things. And now they're diving into the metric now for like, especially like a micro business. That's a pain in the ass for us because we don't have a staff to really sit there and do all that shit. It takes so much time. So those poor
Right.
guys are up there killing themselves right now. I'm glad I don't have
Yeah,
to
and
do it.
who knows if it's even going to go into full effect, because does it even make sense? No.
Right. Right. It doesn't. It doesn't. It is crazy to see though, like how much it's changed. I mean, just in like since the legalization. And it's funny too when I go into local dispensaries, and you probably see this when you're doing your pop ups and stuff. The crowd. You would always think it's like the younger kids, guys in the 40s, 30s, 20s, like that kind of thing. You see everybody. You see senior citizens going in there. You see people's parents going in there, and it's funny because they look at you like, "Oh shit, I'm caught." It's one of those things with some of
Yeah.
them, and it's funny to me because I don't care. But then I see them again, and I'll drop them off some gummies next time I see him or something like that. Hey, buddy, here
Mhm.
you go, and they'll just
Yeah,
laugh it off, kind of thing.
I love it. It's
Yeah,
great because
it
it
is
creates a new dynamic between the elderly and the youth, where like we can connect on this instead of you shaming me for doing something that you do too.
absolutely. And medicinal wise too. Like I use CBN gummies all the time. From this one company sponsors me, Back Nine Botanicals. They have these CBN gummies, and there's nights where my mind's racing. I got so much going on the next day, can't sleep. Well, I'll pop one of those. A half hour later, I'm sleeping. Like, and I didn't know what CBN was 2 3 years ago. You know what I mean? The
That's good
educational
attention.
that you get from it and actually use it as a medicine. Like that would like that's not a I'm not taking that just because I like the taste of the gummy. I'm taking that because I need to go to sleep. Like I have to get up for work. And people don't realize, or if you're in pain, what some of it can do, or you need a boost of energy, you get the CBG and all that. Like there's so much science involved in this. To the point I almost wish I paid attention in school.
Really, if we only knew that this stuff would be beneficial, because all throughout school we're like, I'm not going to use this, but
Absolutely.
now.
Yeah, for
And
real.
even still, with the industry evolving, you're discovering more parts of the plant that could be helpful to you. It's just amazing.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really awesome. I'm glad to see it. Now, moving on into 2026, what's the plans for the sesh? Do you have any more events lined up to follow up behind this, or doing like a Valentine's Day thing or anything to that extent?
Absolutely. We have Valentine's Day on the schedule. I have a couple of requests for events too. So I'm really excited that just the word of mouth is getting out there. People are loving the idea and they're coming up with ideas of their own and asking me to do this for them. So yeah, we got a couple of
That's
events
awesome.
on the agenda here. So I'm really excited for
Hell
what
yeah,
2026 has to bring.
that's awesome. Anyway, any way I can help out, you already know. You let me know, and we can set up a interview with whoever's hosting it or whatever the event is. You come back on, whatever the case may be. Always willing to help out.
I would love
You
that.
just
Thank you, Roger. I really
you,
appreciate all your support.
no, always. You guys been nothing but good to me from the jump. Um, Now, what was your website again where people can get tickets for New Year's?
It's the seshevents.com. Instagram is underscore the sesh events. You can find all the
Uh,
updates and everything that's going on the Instagram.
awesome. So I always like to wrap up with three questions, three cannabis related questions. My first one is, what's your favorite preference to smoke? Is it joints, bongs, blunts? What's your preference? What's your go-to?
I'm definitely a spliff roller, so I like my papers and my grabba.
Okay.
Really can't do without.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I never really did the grabba. And then I used to smoke blunts all the time growing up. That was like our thing. Everybody had a. We would go to the corner store, grab an Arizona green tea and a Dutch
And a
Master. Like
Dutch master. Yep.
that was our move. And so that was always it. So I had the tobacco there. Then the guy started doing the grabba, and I'm to the point where I just want to taste the flower. So I just do. I'm a joint guy, old school. Pack a cone, roll a joint. I did win the joint rolling contest at the Halloween event.
You
Um,
did.
yeah, she was like, "Can you jump in this? I don't have enough." I'm like, "Oh shit, all right." And then she said, "Go home, Roger." From I didn't click in my head at the time, but she was talking from sister.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like I'm cooked when she's saying go home, like you don't have a shot. So then like half the bud fell out of the joint. I'm like, oh shit. Then I look over it, like corner of my eye, and like they weren't even had the flour in there yet. So I was like, all right, I'm good. Boom, boom. But yeah,
You're
that
ahead of
was
the game, so don't even worry about it.
yeah, that was it. Yeah. Now I'm a joint guy, but question two is if you had one strain that you were stuck with, you're on an island, you only got one strain with you. What is it? What's your go-to?
Currently, I have been loving cereal milk, but I don't know if I could dedicate myself to that for the rest of my life, to be honest.
I know.
I am such an indica girl, and my Instagram name is Tianna Purp. I love a perp. So we
Okay.
could go anywhere from like a grape gas to a granddaddy perp with
Mm.
anything with a purple hue and a sweetness to it.
Yeah, some old school purple haze, old school from
Yeah,
the early 2000s. Yep,
stuff
yep,
that you
that would be it.
can't really find these days.
Yeah, that's what sour diesel. That's mine. That's my go-to. Would be you trap me on an island with some sour, I'm good, chilling.
But it's got
Get
to be that classic New York sour diesel, though.
yeah, that 6 7 hour high where you're stuck, but you can also get shit done at the same time. Like
Yes,
and you
yes,
knew like if you were out somewhere and someone walked by you that smoked sour, you knew they smoked sour. There was
absolutely. It was
no
a
denying
very
it.
distinct smell.
Hmm. So that's what sucks when a lot of these companies are coming out and saying, "Oh, I got sour this, sour that." As soon as you smell, no, you don't. Not even close.
Yeah,
Not
we have
even
Galore
close.
sours at the shop, and it's no,
I
can't
was look,
compare.
I was looking into something recently actually about like it was a genetics company where they could like basically if someone had a little bit of the true plant, they could pull the genetics from it and basically recreate the whole strain. Basically, some Jurassic Park shit.
Yes, and I wouldn't doubt that with all this AI and
Hmm.
fake creation of things going on
Yeah,
these days.
it's so crazy. I have to watch videos like 3 or 4 times to make sure it's not AI before I send it to people.
Me too. Me
It's so
too.
bad. It's so bad. And then we'll wrap up here with the final question. Three people you would put in a sesh. So golf, when you go out and golf, it's always a foursome. So I always kind of reference this to three people you golf with, but three people you'd put in a sesh. Dead or alive, who would they be?
Anybody.
Anybody. I'll give you my three so it gives you time to think.
Okay.
So I'll go Joe Rogan. I'd like to hear what he get some lessons from him. Also hear some of his opinions on some of the guests he's had on because you never really hear what he thought about like after fact of like the guest and stuff. So Rogan would be a good one. Um, Jason Williams. So I was a big basketball player growing up. Jason Williams he used to play for like the Sacramento Kings and the Miami Heat. They called him
Hmm.
white chocolate. He always threw the fancy passes and shit like that. That was my
Yeah,
guy.
I remember.
Yeah, that was my guy. And then my last one's always tough, but Cameron would probably be my last one. Grew up on Dipset music and shit like that, so Cameron would probably be number three.
Okay. So when it comes to my three, I think that I would take one person in my close life with me, and I would say that that right now would be Mani.
Mm-hmm.
She's been amazing as a friend and as a confidant and as a business associate, just so many different ways she has put positivity into my life. So I would take her with me. I am the biggest Wiz Khalifa fan. So I'd probably, even though I did meet him this summer, I went to his concert and I met him. I
Nice.
would want to smoke with him and talk.
Yep.
Um, the last one, I feel like I would want it to be somebody who's very intellectual and deep and who can just change my perspective and open my mind. But I cannot think right now. Um,
That's kind of my Rogan.
you know what? Honestly, I think I would say Michelle Obama.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not like one of her like OD fans, like a lot of people are. But I think there's something about her character, her poise, the way she speaks and carries herself. I think I would just like to feed off of that a little bit more.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. That's a good three right there. That's a good three.
Very diverse, but yeah, that's my
That's
three.
a good three. That is a good three. Monty's the best. She is the one I liked about her the most is she's just a straight shooter. She don't
Always.
bullshit, and she goes boom right to the point. Like when doing some helium stuff, she's like, boom, you do this. This is what we'll do. Make it happen. We'll keep. I'm like, okay, easy enough. Like she's a straight shooter, no bullshit. And so I always respect that out of people for sure.
That's my girl.
And I appreciate you jumping on, and I'm real excited for the event. I'm gonna do my best to try to make it. Got to see what we're doing with the kiddo. Having an 8-year-old who wants to stay up till midnight and hang with the fam is where we're at right now. So we'll see what happens. But one more time, why don't you let the listeners know where to find you on your Instagram and the website, and I'll put everything in the description below.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Roger. Everybody, you can find my event at the seshevents.com. And my Instagram is _ the Sesh Events. My personal Instagram is Tianna, Tianna, Purp, Purp _
Awesome, awesome. Make sure you guys go check it out. And I'm telling you, you're not going to find a doper event for $40 on New Year's Eve in the 518. So make sure you guys go get your tickets now before the price goes up. Tianna, appreciate you, and we'll probably see you at the Sesh event on New Year's. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discussing the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not